Today is 1 week since I had my laparoscopic myomectomy. I am filming this intro a week after, so what you're going to see for the rest of the video is every day for the first week of my recovery. I wanted to do this video because when I was thinking about having a myomectomy, I looked everywhere for something like this that showed what the recovery looked like every single day, and I just didn't find that. I found blogs that people had written many weeks or months later, but I didn't see anything that showed me pictures or like a day-to-day account, and that left me pretty fearful. I went into the surgery with a lot of fear. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how to prepare, and I thought if I felt well enough after surgery, this was something I could do to share with other women going through a similar decision-making process or that have fear about doing the surgery. But I do, disclaimer, I am a lawyer by day, not a YouTube influencer or blogger, so please forgive the quality of the video. I actually did it all on my cell phone because that's what I could manage setting up after surgery. But I still hope you all find it helpful. And I also want to share a little bit of my history and why I chose to have this surgery. So for the last 5 years or so, I have had a very painful and long periods, and I'm just bleeding all the time. Like, I'm often having my period 2 out of the 4 weeks of the month, and for several days I'm completely out of commission. And I went to 4 gynecologists, and all of them kind of downplayed it and minimized it. And then I finally went to one when I recently moved to Washington, D.C., and she said, you know what, let's do an ultrasound and see if anything looks off. And the ultrasound came back showing that I had a fibroid, which is a benign tumor. And at that point, it was about 5 centimeters big. And she said, let's try birth control. So I tried, I think 5 different types, and my body just does not handle hormonal birth control well. I do have several autoimmune diseases. I have Hashimoto's and celiac disease. And I think because Hashimoto's also is a hormonal imbalance, I mean, I don't know, I just don't handle any type of hormone well, and the birth control journey was a disaster. But I was still chugging along, trying, and then one period cycle, I just had excessive bleeding, like very large blood clots, bigger than a tennis ball. Toilet bowl was full of blood, and it really scared me. I ended up going to the hospital. I was anemic, and the only thing that made sense to consider doing at that point was the surgery. We did another ultrasound and an MRI, and it showed that in those months that I'd been trying birth control, the tumor had grown to 8 centimeters, and at that point I just decided, you know what, I need to get this out of my body. I do live a pretty holistic lifestyle, and I try not to take medicine, and so being on prolonged medication for me was not an option that aligned with really my belief system when it comes to how I want to take care of my body. Obviously, I think you should follow your doctor's recommendations and absolutely take medication when necessary. But for me, surgery seemed like the best next step. And because of COVID, even though this should have been a very fast surgery, because I was anemic and suffering, it ended up taking 3 months to schedule. And during that time, I was just like taking an insane amount of ibuprofen and trying to get through each period cycle that month and feeling really weak because I was anemic. But also it gave me a lot of time to be terrified of this surgery and read every horror story and get myself really worked up. And I wish someone had made a video like this, because as you'll see, truly the week, at least for me, going through recovery was very manageable. My dog is scratching. Rio, come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come. Come. Hey. Oh, God. Here he is. Yep. The week was very manageable. I do credit a lot of it to me being in good shape beforehand. I made a goal to run a 5K before my surgery. I am not a runner. I do dance pretty regularly, and I do lift weights pretty regularly, but running for me is a huge challenge, and I wanted to feel like I accomplished something before I went in and had my body cut. So I was able to achieve that. I'd say I was in probably the best shape of my life before surgery, and I do think that that helped a lot with my recovery. I also want to talk a little bit about what going into surgery was like, because I did not know what to expect. I had never had surgery before. And I do think every hospital is different, but from my experience, I got there about 2 hours early. I had to show up, no jewelry, you know, taking my nose ring out, taking my belly button ring out, no nails, no lotion, just totally bare. And I had to do a special body wash that was, I think, like antibacterial beforehand. And then when I got there, I went into the pre-op area where they took blood and they put an IV in. Then a whole bunch of doctors that were going to be involved, like the anesthesiologist. I had 2 surgeons, one was an assist, and then there was a student. There were a lot of people. Came around and introduced themselves to me, did safety checks, made sure that I knew the surgery I was getting, and then they eventually wheeled me back to the operating room. That shocked me, because I thought they would knock me out first. No. I went in there, I saw like all the tools. It was freezing, it was very bright. It was exactly what you'd imagine when you watch like Grey's Anatomy. And then they had me move myself onto the operating table. And then they did their final safety check, which was basically like, what's your name, what's your date of birth, what surgery are we getting, what side of your body are we cutting. Everyone in the room, I think, had to like acknowledge that I said the correct thing, and then that's when they put the gas mask over my face, told me to breathe deep. I believe they put medicine through my IV, and I woke up 5 hours later in the recovery room. We thought that the surgery would take 2 hours. It ended up taking 5, so that was pretty scary for my family and boyfriend that were waiting. But the nurse did come down and let them know that things were okay. They were just taking longer than usual. And when I woke up, I was in the hospital, and they told me I couldn't go home until I peed. So the first video you'll see is me trying to pee. But overall, I think it was definitely worth it. I'm glad I did it. I feel a lot better already. My swelling is going down. My scars, I think they will fade pretty well. My plan is to also take pictures and do a video of anything significant the second recovery week, and I'll update on my post-op appointment and let you know what I'm cleared for. I'm really hoping to be able to start running and working out again next month. But I do think, had I seen a video like this, I would have been a lot less scared. I hope this is helpful, and happy to answer any questions. And before I go, I'll give my day 7 update and show you what the stomach, oh, it's a little bright, let's see. Let me turn this down. So these are the scars today. You can see I'm really starting to get some definition back, which I'm happy about. And the swelling's going down. I'm even able to wear leggings today, and it's not bothering me that it's right on top of the surgery site. So, enjoy the video. I made it. Now I can't see, so I'm still here. Trying. Tips welcome. Good morning. It's the day after my laparoscopic myomectomy. I only have a couple pictures from yesterday because I was pretty out of it, but to sum it up, I was tired. I didn't have a lot of pain in the incision sites, but I had a lot of pain in my shoulders and in my chest, which I think was the gas pain people have talked about. They pump your stomach full of gas, and when you are closed up, I think it pushes on your diaphragm and maybe like some nerves. I'm not a doctor, but maybe some nerves in the shoulder. That was the most painful part for me yesterday. The most important things I thought to have were throat lozenges because the intubation tube hurt. I liked these throat coat ones. A heating pad. This one's really nice because it's fuzzy and big. And I actually ordered a second one because I realized I like it draped over my shoulder for the shoulder pain. And it turns off automatically overnight, which is nice. And cold compresses like these that are flexible that you just put in the freezer. I have 2 and rotate them out. Overnight the gas pain got better, although every time I sit down on my bed like propped up, I feel it again rise up, and I need the heating pad. But when I would wake up from sleeping, I didn't feel it as bad, so I guess it gets better over time in a certain position. I got up every 4 hours to take medicine and walk. I've been doing a pretty good job walking, and I will keep updating every day for the next 2 weeks. Let me give you a shot of the incisions. And then this is the bigger one underneath where she removed the fibroid. Mine was 8 centimeters submucosal, 40% in the uterine wall, so it needed to be cut out. But overall, I'd say day 2 is better than I thought it would be. I'm definitely up more than I thought I would be. Still a little bit of shoulder pain, but it is less. No real complaints. I'm documenting it because I wish I had been able to see a video of every day for the next 2 weeks of someone recovering. I didn't find anything like that, so here I am doing it for all you women warriors going through a similar thing. It is 6:45 on my second day after surgery. I'm just here with an ice pack on my larger incision. Waiting for my mom and my boyfriend to make dinner. Still having some pain in my shoulders, but keeping my heating pad close. This feels good. Trying to walk as much as I can. Good morning. It is 2 days post-op, or I guess day 3, recovering from my laparoscopic myomectomy. I am feeling a little bit better each day. I was having a lot of pain in my shoulders and chest and having trouble breathing deeply, but that is improving a little bit. Last night I slept and only woke up once through the night for more medicine, so that was an improvement. I was prescribed ibuprofen and Tylenol to alternate, and then oxycodone, but I have not taken the oxycodone. I'm just doing the ibuprofen and Tylenol, and I've been able to manage that way. Still taking a lot of throat lozenges, still feeling pain in my throat. I'm also just like walking around with this, so I recommend having cold water on hand. Still swearing by my heating pad. I got the second one, and now I just drape both of them over my shoulders to fall asleep, which really helps with the gas pains. I also recommend getting pads because you may have light bleeding. For me, these have been good. I don't like the ones with the wings. So these are just like normal, regular, easy to put in. I've had very minimal bleeding. I find it really helpful to walk around with a pillow. So I just like literally walk around like this everywhere, to the bathroom, to the kitchen. That way when I cough like that, it's not as painful as on the incision sites. I also sleep holding a pillow, so get yourself a pillow. I also brought this in the car for my ride home from the hospital, which I put like in between me and the seatbelt, and I found that to be helpful. I have not eaten. That's one thing I'm trying to work on. I haven't had any appetite. I tried to have some chicken soup and rice, and that I got about 2 spoonfuls through and gave up. I did shower, which was a big achievement. I showered this morning, and I'm hoping that today I can eat a little bit more and try to maybe go to the bathroom. I've been told that going number 2 is really hard after being under general anesthesia. Probably don't have anything to poop out yet because I haven't eaten, but I'm hoping that today I'll be able to eat more and possibly go to the bathroom. Everyone wants to see the scars, right? So here we are. Definitely more inflamed today. You can see, this area is pretty swollen, and I'll insert pictures of like what my stomach looked like before. I was pretty fit, pretty active, but I think the bruising is picking up. I'm actually really sore up in here today, and I'm guessing it's because I'm using these muscles more to compensate, like when I get in out of bed or bending over, forget about it. I wish I had one of those claws to pick things up off the ground, because I just walk around my house like, well, that's getting picked up one day. I don't know, not today. So, feeling sore in the arms from pushing myself up on the bed and in the upper abs. But overall, improving each day. So I will update tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Today is, I had my surgery on Tuesday and today is Friday, so it's 3 days post-op or 4 days from the day I guess I had the surgery. I'm still confused about how to count this, but we'll go with 3 days post-op. I am feeling better, a little bit better each day. My sleep was better last night. Only woke up once in the night to take ibuprofen. Still sticking to ibuprofen and Tylenol. I was able to go to the bathroom yesterday a little bit, so that was an achievement, and I ate a little bit, so that was an achievement. My throat is still hurting. I don't know how long that's supposed to last, so that's a bit frustrating because it hurts when I swallow. I'm still keeping one of these cold packs on the incision sites pretty much all the time. I swear by these heating pads. I'm gonna link everything in the video. I can't really go to sleep without them. Like I literally wrap them around both shoulder and just like I'll insert a picture of that. For some reason the heat helps with the pain up in the shoulders and the gas pain. Right now I'm having a little bit of back pain and upper ab pain. I think probably because, again, I'm using those muscles a lot to compensate for the lack of strength here in the lower stomach. But overall doing pretty good. I do want to follow up on any changes I'm seeing in symptoms as they come. I can tell you that I have chronically bad skin. It's beyond just acne. Like, I get a lot of scabs. I'm also a picker, but really it's been very hard to manage. This is new. I don't know if you can see my new rash from hell. Nobody knows what this is. It's going great, guys. No birth control helped. I've tried everything under the sun, but you can see, like, it's really pretty happy, pretty glowy, and that's been ever since I had the tumor removed. And I'm really interested to see how my hormones change now. There's no science to back any of this up. None of the doctors think that anything's going to change in this regard, but I'm just curious to see how my body reacts over time to having this foreign intruder gone. So let me show you the scars today. Still swollen. You know, not much of a difference, I think, from yesterday. I'll update tomorrow. Good morning. It is day 4. I'm feeling a little bit better each day and sleeping a little better. Yesterday I went outside for the first time, which did exhaust me, but I managed to go up and down the stairs and sit outside. Still basically walking around with an ice pack, still sleeping with the heating pads. My friend sent me this, which is great because I can't bend over to pick anything up, and I have been complaining since I got back that I can't pick up anything I drop on the floor. Like I dropped my phone on the floor and I had to do acrobatics. So here, this thing is a must. Today I am gonna try to go on a walk outside. We'll see how that goes. My appetite is a little better, but I'm still not eating much. I am now going to the bathroom, which is good, and I think my swelling has gone down some. So I'll show you the scars. Feeling still sore, but you know, improvement. And my throat is a little better than it was. So all in all, can't complain. I had my mom come and stay with me, and originally we thought she'd stay for a week, but I asked her to stay another week because I'm just so exhausted trying to do, like, walk my dogs, change my bedding, cooking. So my recommendation is, even if you think you're doing well, and I'd say I'm doing pretty well on the recovery scale here, you still really need somebody around for the first 2 weeks to just help manage whatever you can't do. So I'll update tomorrow and let you know how my walk goes. Good morning. We're on day 5 since my laparoscopic myomectomy. I'm feeling pretty good today. Each day I'm feeling incrementally better. Still having a little pain in my shoulders, still having a little pain in my throat, but as long as it's improving a little bit each day, I think it's going in the right direction. Yeah, let's see. I've weaned off the Tylenol, so now I'm just taking ibuprofen every 8 hours. Yesterday I went on a long walk, so I typically walk or run 3 miles a day. Yesterday I tried to walk 2 very slowly. I did it fine, but then for the rest of the day I was feeling pretty dizzy and wiped out, so I think that may have been pushing it. Today I'm going to take it easy. My swelling is going down. You can see I'm getting some definition up here. So some improvement today, and just going to keep on resting and keep on updating you. All right? Talk to you tomorrow. Good morning. It is day 6 after my surgery. Feeling a little more confident with the swelling going down. There's a good look for you. Let's see. I'm weaning off the ibuprofen at this point. I didn't wake up to take it in the middle of the night last night. I did go on like about a mile walk yesterday, which was okay, but today I'm gonna take it easy since I've been pretty active, although trust me, I'm dying to get back into working out, but you only recover once, that's what I'm telling myself, so I'm trying to take it as easy as possible. My throat pain is pretty much gone. I have some soreness in this incision site. You can see like it's still pretty bruised. I do have a little bit of a raise here, which I'm hoping goes down over time. especially once I start putting on like oil once it's healed, and I have some scar away patches. I'll show you those later when I start using them after my post-op appointment. These incisions are kind of itchy now, which I think is a good sign, but it's a little annoying. But I've got more energy. I'd say now I can make it about half the day with energy, and then I'm like zonked out. So those are the updates. I'll keep them coming.